Hello friends, welcome to School of Political Science, and today you will know all about ethnicity. By watching this video, you will learn about what is ethnicity, what are ethnic groups, some important terms which you should know while you study ethnicity, relationship between ethnicity and race, and lastly, relationship between ethnicity and nationality. In this era of globalization, in any country, you can find the huge diversity of people. Suppose you are traveling in a train in India, you can see different people who are talking each other and suddenly a person asks you, "Where are you from?" You reply to the person that you are from Punjab. He again asks you, "Are you Punjabi?" You reply, "Yes, you are Punjabi." And the person you are talking with is Marathi. But you both are Indian and your ethnic identity is different. So how can you understand this diversity in a country? To understand this diversity, you need to know what ethnicity is. Ethnicity can give a perfect answer to your question. So let's start to know all about ethnicity. So what is ethnicity? The word ethnicity derived from the Greek word ethnos, which means people who have same distinctive culture. So ethnicity means a group of people identify themselves in terms of their social, cultural, language, religion or national experience. In other way we can say ethnicity gives an identity to a group of people on the basis of common language, culture, ancestral and tradition, etc. Ethnicity can also be reflected through common traditional clothes, music, arts, etc. If you visit a tribal area in your country, can see tribal people have similar language, they wear similar type of clothes, eat similar kind of food, celebrate festival in their own style which distinct them from others. They are very much attaching to their culture and traditions and they feel proud for their culture, language and others. Ethnicity is a way of life for them. What are ethnic groups? An ethnic group can stay anywhere in a country and the world as well. Sometimes you can see a group of people having a similar culture is living in a small part of the city. For example, you can find a place in a big cities throughout the world called Chinatown, where Chinese people are living. This group of people is called an ethnic group because of their social activity in that particular place reflects their identity which distinct from others. Then in Quebec, a Canadian province, French is the first and official language because in this place the population of French people is huge. There are 7.2 million people in Canada who are talking in French. Here you see, language is one of the most important factors to determine an ethnic group. Here language is their identity which identifies them as French origin. If you look at the South Asian state like Sri Lanka, where you find an ethnic group called Tamil ethnic group. The Tamil ethnic group is living from the ancient time. They have a historical tradition. The population of Tamil people is mostly belonging to the northern and eastern areas of the country. Tamil ethnic groups have struggled for about 40 years to recognize their Tamil language in the country. Then Han Chinese is the largest ethnic group in the world in modern time. Almost 20% of the population in the world are ethnically Han Chinese. 90% of the people in mainland of China are belonging to Han. Han is their native language. Folk religion is playing crucial role in Han life. Some important terms in ethnicity which you should know. The first term is ethnic Iceland. When a large number of people from a particular ethnicity live in an island or a region each other, then those region or island called ethnic Iceland. For example, Texas German. Texas has a large number of German people who had migrated from German to Texas. It is the second largest state in USA. Then ethnic enclave. When a small number of ethnic people live in a small part of the country or state or city, then the group is called ethnic enclave. Chinatown is the perfect example of the ethnic enclave, which is already discussed. Next one is ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism generally refers to a person's own or his own culture, such as customs, values, laws, norms, etc., being considered superior or superior to any other social system. That is, all other culture on the earth are inferior to their culture. Almost every social or cultural group in the world considers their own culture superior to any other cultures and demands the prominence and superiority of their own culture in the context of values and concept of their own culture. Another important term is ghetto. Ghetto refers to a separation of a particular ethnic group from the other bigger ethnic group, either forcefully or voluntarily. For example, Nazis separated Jews in Germany by force. Then, Balkanization. Balkanization is the process in which different but smaller ethnic groups separated from each other by demanding separate territory. Basically, it happens because of ethnic cleansing and civil war, and lot of different ethnic groups migrated and divided into small parts. After World War period, in Eastern Europe, many countries has been arises because of Balkanization. The last one is ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing also is a process by which a particular smaller ethnic group is forced for leaving from a territory by the more powerful ethnic group. A prominent example of ethnic cleansing is the removal of Jews by the Nazis. Another example of ethnic cleansing is a removal of Tamil people from the Sri Lanka by the majority of Sinhala people. When you think about ethnicity, one thing comes in your mind, that is, what is race? And how is it differing from ethnicity? Most commonly, race and ethnicity are used interchangeably, but there is a difference between these two terms. Race is a biological determinant. It determines the physical characteristics of a man, whereas ethnicity is considered as a socio-cultural phenomenon which reflects a person's socio-cultural identity. Ethnicity is either hidden or displayed, but race is always being displayed because racial identity reflects in the color of skin, eye or hair and other physical characteristics. In terms of race, the physical characteristics of persons are more or less the same, but in case of ethnicity, different looking persons can stay in a single ethnic group. In many cases, you can see that two people consider themselves in a same ethnic group, but racially they may be different. For example, in USA, people have American ethnicity, but they are divided into different race such as black and white. In other way, we can say that if an Asian person born in Asia but grows up in pure American culture, in this case it can be said that person's ethnicity may be American but racially he or she is Asian. Now, what are the difference between ethnicity and nationality? Nationality simply implies the place where a person birth, but ethnicity implies the social group from where a person belongs to. Ethnicity has no particular boundary, but when you talk about nationality, one thing comes in mind, that a national boundary. Now you can say ethnicity comes from ethnic background, but nationality arises from geographical location. Nationality refers to a legal relationship between state and a person, but ethnicity represents its heritage and ancestry. From the above discussion, it can be concluded that ethnicity is a very important to understand a social group and their contribution to the society. When a small ethnic group migrated from one country to other country, they bear their culture and knowledge. By study of these ethnic groups, we can enrich our knowledge. The process of globalization affects the ethnic groups to sustain their cultural identity. In this era of globalization, one type of cultural homogenization is going on, which is basically dominated by global north over global south. In this situation, ethnic groups are facing a serious challenge for their identity. According to Habermas, the process of modernization creates a similar culture throughout the world. When all are will be the same, the people will worry about their identity. They tell themselves who I am. They will search for a unique identity and finally they will get back to their ethnicity. Thank you friends for watching this video. For more video, do subscribe our channel.